Hello and welcome to Effie Worldwide's tutorial on using the Effie Entry Portal. You'll see I am currently on the Effie Awards United States login page, but if you are submitting to a different program, make sure that you have gone to the proper entry portal site. If you have not already registered, you can go ahead and register via the button on the left. Keep in mind if you do have a login to the Effie case study database, this is a different system, so you will need to create an account even if you already have one on Effie.org. Once you've created an account, you can go ahead and log in. So here you'll come to the welcome page. We ask you to provide an estimate of the number of entries you expect to enter to help us with planning purposes for the round 1 judging season. So go ahead and put in an estimate there, click save, and then you can go on to start your first entry. You will come to the category selection page. Before you can choose your category, you are asked to provide your not-for-profit or for-profit status. We ask for this because nonprofit submissions do receive a discount on entry fees, so this helps set that. So go ahead and click which status is correct for the brand you're submitting. And then you'll be able to choose which categories you would like to enter. Keep in mind in Effie US, there are a maximum of 4 categories. If you're entering shopper, you can enter a case into a maximum of 2 categories. So when you're selecting categories, you'll see once you select a product or service category within the US competition, all other product and service categories are blocked out, but you can then go ahead and enter any other specialty categories that you're looking to submit under. And you can go ahead and click continue to begin working on your submissions. So here you'll enter your brand name. If your brand name is part of an overarching parent company, note that that parent company will be listed in the client credit section, so this is your specific brand name that should be recognized. And you'll enter in your entry title for publicity purposes. This is seen by judges, so it gives them an understanding of what the case is, but it's also used on your trophy, it's used at the awards gala, so keep that in mind as you select your title. And then you can always edit that at a later point if you aren't quite sure what you want your final title to be. And then type in your company name. This is most often your company name, but it is the company name that's printed on the invoice. So if a different company should be listed there, go ahead and list that company here. I'll select Effie Worldwide and click Save. From there, you can begin working on your submission. As you scroll down, you'll see the tabs going across the different areas of the entry form. The first tab is the entry form essentials. That goes over some basics about working on your submission. If you've downloaded the Word document of the entry form template, that's what is on page 2 of that document. Then you can go ahead and move on to the written case, which begins with the entry details and executive summary, and then goes through scoring sections 1 through 4 and the media addendum. Now, as you're providing your submissions, if you are entering an effort into multiple categories and you've selected those multiple categories at the start, when you add a response, you will see an area that says multi-category submission. You'll see by default, this answer applies to all categories that this entry is submitting under. But if you know that you are customizing a specific response for that category you are working on, click Change Settings and uncheck the other categories. Then when you begin working on those other categories, this question response will be blank. But for any questions that should be the same across all category submissions, you would leave those set to the default as being checked. You'll provide your answer and hit save. As you work on the different scoring sections, you will see at the bottom of the page, you will have sourcing boxes. This is where you can indicate all sources for data points that were referenced in that section. Keep in mind that sources are required throughout the entire written entry, No agency name should be included, and it's especially important in the results section that you indicate dates covered for any data points listed. The media addendum is where you'll provide background on your paid media expenditures, the channels used, owned media, sponsorships, etc. The creative examples is where you'll upload the creative reel and the 2 to 6 images of the creative work. When you are adding materials here, you'll click the Add button, give your item a name. Keep in mind no agency name should appear in the creative reel or images of the creative work. So I will give it a title here, click Save. And once you've given it a file name, which must be different across all assets you upload, you can hit that Upload button and provide the actual file. You can also download a copy of your entry. This will give you a copy of all of the materials that are seen by judges, including thumbnails of those creative examples. So we recommend that you download this when you're finished with your entry to confirm everything is as you wish it to be before you click Submit. You will also provide your company and individual credits within the entry portal. Scroll down here and get some background on the various credit types, and then you'll provide your company credits, 1 to 2 lead agencies, 1 to 2 clients, and up to 4 contributing agencies. So I've gone ahead and added my first agency, and if there is a co-lead agency, you'll click the Add button again and add another one. If you see a company name and it's not listed with the correct country that you'd like to have listed, go ahead and type the company name and then 2 spaces, and you'll be able to choose the correct country. But I will go ahead and click this, click Save. Now, if on my company or individual credits I ever want to reorder how they're listed, so the company listed first is considered lead agency 1, company second lead agency 2, you can click this button and say nudge down, and it will reorder your company credits for you. That will similarly be available in the individual credit section. And new this year is the ability to credit both primary individual credits and secondary individual credits. Primary credits will be listed in the Effie Winners Journal and on the online case database. The secondary credits will only be listed in the case study database. That is due to space restrictions in the Effie Winners Journal, but it gives us more opportunity to recognize additional team members. The credits you provide must be from the companies that were credited previously, and keep in mind it is okay if you do have some former team members that you wish to credit here. We want people to be recognized even if they've moved on to a different organization. And then you can also reorganize those individual credits just as you could the company credits. Once you finish that, you'll go on to provide your publicity materials, your case summary, statement of effectiveness, and the various images that we ask for, company logos for the lead agency and client. Team photos we've set as optional. However, we do encourage you to provide them at time of entry if you have them available, but if not, there will be some time to submit after finalist and winner notification so that you can submit at that point. Then you will see there are a couple tabs to provide background information about your case and about the creative elements of your case. This is not seen by judges, and it is used for research and database purposes. This year you will see a tab for Effie's 50th to nominate your case as being considered for one of our special recognition awards. You'll do that within the entry portal. Finally, there's the permission, authorization, and verification tab. This is where you'll set the publication permission for your written case. You will download your authorization and verification form. Make sure you've completed your company and individual credits before and select your publication permission setting before you download this. You'll click the Sign button, download. It will download a PDF with your credited companies, individuals, and publication permission status exported into that document. You'll download that, print it, and get it signed by somebody in a leadership role within your company. and then you will come back to this area and upload it later on. Make sure you complete your credits before the deadline date so you do have time to get that completed. Also agree to our competition rules and move on. You can also download a full outline of everything in your entry from this menu area. If you need to withdraw a submission, you can do that also from this menu area. Once you're done working on a submission, go ahead and click Done. You can edit your entry at any time until you click Submit, so keep that in mind. On the main entry portal page, you'll see an area outlining all of your incomplete entries. Now, if you're not sure what elements are incomplete, you can go ahead on that Edit Entry area and click the Entry Requirements. Now keep in mind this checkbox column is noting whether or not an item is required, but the requirement status is outlined on the far right column in red font. So you can check what elements are missing in that final column. If you have any questions throughout the entry season, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are happy to help. If you are having any technical issues, please be sure to touch base. So I'm going to go back to the main page. I have gotten 2 of my entries ready to submit, so now I see this Ready to Submit option under the Things to Do menu. See that's noted here. So if I am definitely ready to submit these entries, I will actually click the Submit Entries button. Now here I can choose to not submit one of my cases. Maybe I would just want to submit one of them right now. You can go ahead and uncheck that submission here. Otherwise, you will keep those checked as they are by default, any cases that are ready to submit. If you are looking to add an insight guide to your submission, go ahead and indicate how many entries you're looking to add them for. Click Add. See that appears down at the bottom. You need to associate that insight guide with which entry you wish to purchase it for. So it gives me the options of the 2 cases that I have ready to submit. Click that one and click Save. So now I know which case is receiving the insight guide. If you were given a promo code, make sure that you apply that here. Then I'll go ahead and click Checkout. You're asked to add your billing address. This will appear on your invoice. I'm going to go ahead and put in Effie's address. Now you'll see there is some payment information at the top. If you need to mark your invoice to the attention of a certain contact, or if you have a budget code that you would like to put in the reference, you can go ahead and add those here. And as you scroll down, you have 2 options. One is to generate invoice and submit. The other is to pay now and submit. You will use pay now and submit if you want to pay right now with credit card. Please make sure if you're seeing the incorrect entry fee, do not use pay now and submit. If you aren't seeing the correct fees, use generate invoice and submit so that we can correct that before you provide payment. Generate invoice and submit is also what you would use if you are looking to pay via check or wire transfer, or if perhaps you want to come back at a later time and pay for all of your submissions at once at the end of the entry season. This year we do have the ability to consolidate invoices within an entrance account. So if that's another thing that you're looking for, please reach out to us via payments@effie.org. Otherwise, I would go ahead and submit via the way I would like. And now I will see my entry here. If you did want to come back at a later date and pay via credit card, you would be able to do so via My Account, and you would get taken to this page. And you will also see a payment due area on the main page of the entry portal. I will see my submitted entries are on the submitted page. And that about wraps up the entry portal tutorial. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, entries@effie.org for Effie US questions, and shopper@effie.org for any questions for the shopper marketing Effies. Thank you and best of luck in this year's competition.